The regional challenges are complete in the Bank of America Racing Challenge Series. Coming up, we'll recap the latest from all 5 divisions, including a recent distaff challenge from Lone Star Park, 2- and 3-year-olds at Prairie Meadows, distance runners in Alberta and Oklahoma, and a championship challenge in the Pacific Northwest.
Celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Bank of America Racing Challenge. This is the AQHA Racing Challenge Update, powered by American Quarter Horse Association.
Hi, I'm Jim Byers, and welcome to this 4th edition of the AQHA Racing Challenge Update from Emerald Downs in Auburn, Washington. It's been home since 1996 of thoroughbred and occasionally quarter horse racing here in the greater Seattle area. We're here for, among other things, the return to the races of Mr. PYC to you. In late August, last year's Champion of Champions winner came back trying to qualify for the Grade 1 Bank of America Challenge Championship, which had its final regional qualifier here at Emerald Downs. Just a reminder, the regionals take place over several months at 4 different countries. They're all wrapped up now, but we're here to recap the final group of regional challenges for you here on the show. First and second place finishers from each of the regional races gain automatic spots on Championships Night in their respective division at Los Alamitos. This year's Championships Night is November 17th. Let's get to the action here, starting at Lone Star Park with fillies and mares in the distaff division. This track was a pathway to the 2017 Distaff Championship, won by Just Paint Your Lips. Back for another swing at this division is Mary Paint Your Wagon. She was the beaten favorite in the Canterbury Park Distaff Challenge on July 4th. Ricky Ramirez hops aboard this Oklahoma-bred filly for trainer Stacy Charette-Hill. Trying another division is Mystical Jess, already a qualifier to the Adequan Derby final. By running second in the Retama Park Challenge, she tries her own gender here and is a narrow second choice at 3-1. The heavy favorite starts at the rail, Jess Adalita. A regional winner last year in the John Deere Juvenile Division, she's won half of her 10 starts and has had some time off since taking on tough ones in the Old South Derby in May. Beautiful start on the inside for Jess Adalita, the immediate target and taking a substantial lead. And then comes Mystical Jess racing into second position. Mary Paint Your Wagon way down the middle of the racetrack, followed by Apolitical 7. But Jess Adalita is absolutely brilliant. Now that's an incredible performance. Jess Adalita expands her margin from a length at the first call to 2 lengths 110 yards out to a gaping 3 at the wire. The California-bred 3-year-old filly is owned by Ruben Garcia Montemayor and was ridden by Manuel Gutierrez. Mystical Jess finishes second, with Mary Paint Your Wagon third. Prairie Meadows in Altoona, Iowa hosted last year's championship night. This year that honor goes to Los Alamitos, but Prairie Meadows still figures prominently in this year's program, hosting a pair of regionals. Let's get back to the action with the Adequan Prairie Meadows Derby Challenge. It's 400 yards for a purse of $54,000 plus. Number 5, NSM favorite Zoomer unseats jockey Berkeley Packer at the start. This one belongs to Painted Dynasty.
They come to mid-stretch. Painted Dynasty has the lead. High Valley Girl is in contention, but here is Painted Dynasty, and Christian Escada goes on to clear the field.
Painted Dynasty has been quite competitive in her career, but this is her first stakes win. Owner Thomas J. Shekel spent $10,500 on this Oklahoma bred as a yearling. Painted Dynasty is trained by Jason Olmstead and was ridden by Christian Escada. High Valley Girl is second with Valero third. 6 regional challenges take place in the John Deere Juvenile Division for 2-year-olds. And like all the divisions, there's a geographic spread to try to attract horses from as many regions as possible. The last chance to qualify in that division, again, came at Prairie Meadows for upper Midwesterners in the John Deere Prairie Meadows Juvenile Challenge last month. A big purse here of $62,000 plus. 350 yards in this division.
Off and running, a slow start from Aqua Flash. Magaline in the middle, fancy as it gets is also right there. Magaline is now starting a re-rally there. Beduino Painted Das and Jess My Joy. And here comes Magaline in between horses and a late run from Aqua Flash, who might have gotten the last jump.
Aqua Flash was dead last with 2:20 to go, but finishes beautifully to get past Mag Helene with Beduino Painted Dash third. 6th as the favorite in the Grade 1 Heritage Place Futurity, and a 4-time winner this year. AQHA Flash is a Utah-bred filly and an $8,700 yearling purchase by owner Thomas J. Shekel, who swept the Prairie Regionals. Shauna Manriquez trains, and Roberto Valero the winning jockey.
Press on the outside third. It's Juno's request.
Teller Fit is pulling away late, and Teller Fit was second to none tonight.
What will happen next? The Bank of America Racing Challenge returns to Los Alamitos Racecourse on Saturday, November 17th. It's a night of quarter-horse stakes racing action, full fields, and big stars. Visit losalamitos.com for more.
Last year's AQHA Distance Championship winner Zoomin Racer has already qualified for this year's final. But as of late August, only 2 of the regionals had been contested in that division for 870-yard specialists. But like the other divisions, they're all wrapped up now. So let's take a look at the final 2 regionals in the distance division, starting at Evergreen Park. Track record holder KR Streak Inversion was heavily favored in this distance challenge, but that 2015 championship night finalist is not a factor here.
And down the stretch is Glittering Blue, continuing to roll along down the stretch, but coming from off the pace on the inside is KR Street Conversion. On the outside, ER Cafe. It is Glittering Blue.
KR Street Conversion wasn't the only 10-year-old in this field. Glittering Blue is also a decade old. And under Stuart Blandford, he sails to victory over ER Cafe on the outside and KR Street Conversion. Now a 19-time winner from 58 starts. Glittering Blue is an Alberta bred owned by Cody Eagle Bear and trained by Alvin Crosschild. Will Rogers Downs in Claremore, Oklahoma hosted the final distance challenge, and it was a family affair. Number 1, Jessa Hillbilly Bone, was the heavy favorite, but his younger full brother, Rockabilly, was too much for this group to handle.
It's Rockabilly rocking and rolling to victory here. Back in second was Madewell.
The brothers and stablemates, Rockabilly and Jessa Hillbilly Bone, run first and third, while in between them, finishing second, is yet another member of the Tammy Johnson barn, Madewell. Ridden by Paul Nieto, Rockabilly has been a nice development as a distance runner and gets into the Grade 1 Distance Division Final for the second straight year. He's a 5-year-old Texas-bred gelding, racing for his breeder, Rockin' J Running Horses. Back in 2015, a 3-year-old took on older horses in the BOA Emerald Downs Championship Challenge. He defeated them, set a track record, and went to Lone Star Park for the final. B.H. Lisa's Boy ran 5th in the final that year, but in the process did defeat a still developing Jesse's First Down. The following year at 4, B.H. Lisa's Boy continued his improvement, eventually moved to Southern California, and is now a multiple Grade 1 stakes winner. We bring all this up because we're here at Emerald Downs, where B.H. Lisa's Boy stamped himself an important runner. This year's field had some star power of its own, headed by Mr. PYCTU. The 5-year-old stallion sprung an upset in last year's Champion of Champions over stablemate in 2015 AQHA World Champion He's a Dash of Fire. After knocking heads with the sport's best older horses in recent years, Mr. PYCTU was bred to some mares this spring before going back in training for Jose Flores and Denise and Ron Van Amberg. Carlos Huerta made the trip from California to ride. They're 6-5. From the Mark Hansen stable is the intriguing 3-year-old Cool Odds, dismissed at 15-1 here. This California bred has fared well at smaller Northwest tracks and gets by far his biggest test here. 7-1 third choice Tickle Your Fancy is a win machine with 6 victories in her last 7 outs. She's one of 4 in here from the Hector Magallanes stable. Regular rider Eduardo Gutierrez Sosa with the call, and he does a remarkable job holding on as she breaks through the gate prematurely. Tickle Your Fancy was taken back and reloaded.
Runners away. Good start for Cool Odds on the outside. Ranging up comes El Bardi, Genuine Red, racing on at the inside. And Poutin' on the Wagon is right there. Middle of the racetrack, charging up Corona Be Gone. Full run late now, the race to the finish. And Corona Be Gone takes the challenge.
There was a trio of 3-year-olds in here, and they ran 1, 2, 3. Corona Be Gone runs his best race to date and prevails decisively over Cool Odds with the 10 favorite Bling third. Corona Be Gone is an Oregon bred trained by Hector Magallanes for his father Ruben. 10-time winner Poughton on the Wagon ran 4th here, while Mr. PYCTU spun his wheels at the start and finished 5th. Coming up after this quick timeout, we'll have all the qualifiers for November 17th, Championships Night at Los Alamitos.
Press on the outside third. It's Juno's request.
Keller Fit is pulling away late, and Keller Fit was second to none tonight.
What will happen next? The Bank of America Racing Challenge returns to Los Alamitos Racecourse on Saturday, November 17th. It's a night of quarter-horse stakes racing action, full fields, and big stars. Visit losalamitos.com for more.
That's all for now. Even though the regionals are done, we're not done with this show by any means. Next up will be our annual championships preview edition, and for that we'll be on location at Los Alamitos in Southern California. I'm Jim Byers from here at Emerald Downs outside Seattle. Thanks for looking in, and we hope you'll join us next time on the AQHA Racing Challenge Update.